So you know that statement, you're one decision away from a completely different life? Well, that used to be one of my favorite statements. I still love it, but there is a concept that I love even more to that, and that is the power of questions. So for years, pretty much my whole life, and especially my years as a nurse, I lived in the fixer mindset, right? Problem, solution, problem, solution. You know, your patient's bleeding. Okay, stop the bleeding, right? A little bit of my beef with hospital medicine, traditional medicine, fitness world, all these different areas of life is let's slap temporary solutions on deeper problems, right? Like let's find the root cause of things. But to do that, you have to start asking the right questions. There's been so many times in my life where I thought that I needed to just make a different decision, right? I was really unhappy in one area of my career. So, okay, I didn't like working in the ER anymore. Let me go to the ICU. Well, let me go to IR. Well, let me go to PACU. Let me go to ambulatory surgery. When the whole time I just needed to ask myself the right question, but I wasn't ready to accept what the answer actually was. So I had the answer the entire freaking time. I just needed to get to a point where I was ready to accept the answer, right? And then I also learned, because, you know, being this fixer and us nurses, we like to fix people. But then I started asking my questions about nursing and why I was not happy in these different areas. Well, a big part of it was enabling people. I was so sick of enabling people. I'm like, I want to empower these people. So I had to ask myself that question of like, well, what do I want to do different? Okay, well, no, I want to empower people. Well, a concept I learned in life coach school was when you ask people their opinion and when you base your decisions based on other people's opinions, you are giving your power away. And I was just mind blown by that. And I was like, man, I don't want to take people's power away. I want to empower people. So I really had to start changing how I interacted with people. And it is still something I am absolutely working on, just being honest. But instead, and a lot of people still actually come to me for advice all the time. And I am really working on pivoting of being that fixer to being more of somebody that empowers you. So asking them the right questions to ask themselves, right? Just prompting different ways to see things to give them their power back. I can think of exact moments in time in my life where I needed to ask myself the right questions. One circumstance was deciding to get a divorce, right? Nobody wants to throw away 11 years of their life with someone, the life they've built. But if it's not what you want for the rest of your life, then why would you spend another moment in it? So I had to get really serious with myself. And unfortunately, shit had to get so bad for me to get to that point. But I asked myself, the life that I'm living right now with this person, is this the life I want? And it was like, hell no. Okay, then getting to my next question, can I have the life I am looking for with this person? Can we build that life? No. So then at that point, the decision was so clear that it didn't matter what happened. I knew that I was making the right decision. And part of getting to that point is also learning to trust yourself and your body, listening to your body, listening to your gut, listening to your heart. Your brain always just wants to keep you safe. And unfortunately, sometimes safety is in toxic situations, is in bad relationships, is in bad careers, because that's what you've known. So that's what feels safe. But is it truly what you want? And I had to do the same exact thing with my career. Same exact thing with moving to a different state. You know, it was just, my life has never been bad in any of those ways, but I had to get real with myself and ask myself, can I have the life that I am trying to achieve to have here? And it was like, no. Okay, well, what is the life that I even want? So it's getting clear on those things too. So how can you take your power back and start asking yourself the right questions? Well, sometimes it's just removing yourself temporarily from the chaos and getting quiet and getting still and getting bluntly honest with yourself, and then being okay with the answers and what it's going to take to achieve those results. So the power of questions is more exponential than you could even think of. So how can you start asking yourself the right questions and learning to trust yourself? And the more decisions you make in your life that are for your highest good and that you've trusted yourself in making, the more you'll start to trust yourself. Exercise and intuition is just like exercising muscles, right? Building muscles. It's the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. The stronger it'll become. The more you'll start to build trust within yourself. So the answers are always within you. You got this. You can do it. If you ever need any help, you can call me and I'll start asking you the right questions. You might not like it though, I'm just saying.